So my question to you guys is, do you think we will see another starting quarterback come close or eclipse 7 Super Bowl wins? Will there be anyone as good or better than Tom Brady?
Those are two different questions. Those are two very different
And I
questions.
want you to answer both.
Well, we can answer both. I think Joe Burrow has a shot, not at 7. I feel like 7 is just too absurd for anyone to accomplish in this day and age. I feel like Burrow has probably, that swagger, that ability. Mahomes could be there. But you think about this. You appear in 2 Super Bowls. Okay, 2. That's a Hall of Fame career.
Yes.
All right. Now, if you get in 3, you're in the debatable 4. You're in like a GOAT conversation, right? Anything above 5, is this the greatest guy to ever play football? And it's going to be really tough to get to 5. Now you add 2 more on top of that.
So do we see another person tree? Yes or no?
I could see like maybe if Mahomes wins this one, maybe. But the problem is like it's tough to get to a Super Bowl, especially with how tight the AFC, NFC are. Like you have to remember seeing an age where it was dominated by Big Ben, Manning, and Brady. That rarely happens. And I don't know if we're going to see that again, especially with the spread out level of quarterback we have in the AFC and NFC this time around.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I don't think you ever get somebody getting 7 again. I mean, if you get 5, I think that would be almost out of the realm of possibility too. I think it's just, it came at such a perfect time because he won it, right? Like he's on his rookie deal. Like he's still like, and again, that's like what you're trying to do. But that defense was godly. They were so damn good because Brady was not great. Was that the first Super Bowl, playoff game? He was not great that first season. Like, I think it's just a mixture of you have one of the best coaches of all time in Bill Belichick, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You have Tom Brady, who like came into a perfect situation, was able to develop and like was literally embedded into that system. And I think like just that combination is so hard to replicate. So, I mean, like, again, you look at even at the Buccaneers, right? So like he came and won. It looked easy his first year with the Bucs. And then the last 2 years, like it just got progressively worse as time went on. And that, his play, obviously, but like it's just tough to keep a team that competitive for that long and to get back to a Super Bowl. I mean, hell, the Packers, they made the playoffs 8 years in a row. And it was great. It was wonderful. Made it to 1 Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl.
It is very, very difficult to even get to a Super Bowl. So I don't think it's happening.
One thing before we throw the ball to Cole is, remember, Brady took a hometown discount to stay in New England so that they could keep winning Super Bowls. So that's another unprecedented quality that he has, was that he was willing to defer salary or not make less money so that he could keep on winning Super Bowls. That's something that he was hyper focused on, winning Super Bowls. He was not concerned with money. I mean, obviously he wanted. No, I've never met anyone that doesn't like more money, but yeah. All right, Cole, what do you say?
I don't know if anybody's ever getting 7. That's insane. And Brady, did he get 3 in his first 5 years? It was something like that. I don't know if anybody's ever getting 7 again. But I do believe there are or can be better QBs than Brady. I mean, you could argue that now. Some people will. I think Brady, I'm like maybe a minority opinion in Chiefs Kingdom. I think he's one of the greatest to ever play the game, if not the greatest. Now Scooter don't agree. I don't think Perna agrees at all. But yeah, I mean, the Chiefs have they're going to 3 and 4 years. They've been to 5 AFC Championship games. But yeah, only 1 ring right now. It's very hard to get there and to win. I mean, can they win next week? Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, the Eagles are a really good team. Chiefs seem to do well against NFC teams, but yeah, they're the real deal. So I don't know if anybody ever gets 7, but I think the talent level will continue to raise. I mean,
the other thing we're also ignoring is not only did he win 7, but he went to 10.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Super Bowls.
Truly.
Right. Like Patrick Mahomes is going to his 3rd already, and what is this? His 5th year, 6th year
as a starter? Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that he would have to, even if the next 5 years are exactly the same as now, he'd still only be 60% there. And that'd be a 10-year run of like, that's absurd. That's
I
really
want you guys
absurd.
to respond to this quote from Mike Francesca. Okay. The quote says, Tom Brady
Francesca.
is not the best regular season quarterback I've ever seen. Peyton Manning was. He's not the best Super Bowl quarterback who ever lived. Joe Montana is. What is he, though? What he is, though, is the guy who played the longest and he won the most games. Rapid
So
reaction.
Is he saying that Tom Brady's a stat patter? Because that just sounds absurd. Tom Brady made some huge throws in some big situations. Like there's so many. That's the thing that gets lost on Tom Brady is that there's so many clutch moments in his career that you can't even think of one. Like with Eli, there's two specifically that you can think of, right? Like the helmet catch and the throw to Manningham. Like there's so many that Brady's made where you just can't be, I can't even name them all. I mean, people just remember the tuck roll.
Yeah, he is a great quarterback. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I think talent level, I do think that there are other QBs that have existed that have played this game that are better and more talented. But again, it's a team sport. Like that's why wins are not QB stats. And I think to the point of playing the longest, because Brady won, what was it, 2000? Was it two? Was it
I think
three?
2, 4, and 5. I think.
And then he didn't win another one for another 10 years, right? Because it was 2015, the next one. So just the longevity of his career, because of the Patriots being yay, and then they kind of sucked for a little bit. They couldn't get back there. And then they won a whole bunch in the late 2000s. But I just think that the duration of his career is tough to also replicate. The guy played football until he's 45 years old. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And I know, with different health advances and tech and stuff like that, QBs can play for longer. But I don't know, man. I think
you see the past year, most QBs have fallen off in their late 30s.
Yeah.
Saw a dip from Aaron Rodgers. Matt Ryan fell off a cliff. Russell Wilson has been showing a lot of ages. I mean, you've had a lot of guys who have shown a lot of wear and tear because it still happens.
Mhm.
I mean, Tom Brady was just an unnatural freak because he played a style of football. He dissected zone defense like no one really has in the NFL. He put the blueprint on that.
Yeah.
And then they just okay, short passes, short mid-range, don't go do anything fancy. Keep him secure in the pocket. Get a nice O-line in front of him and just let him do his thing because his strength was up here reading the game. The only one I could argue was maybe better was Peyton Manning.